Oh, look at that. I had a lazy couple of days, and now I'm back. I don't know why I say now I'm back when really I haven't gone anywhere. Hmm. Didn't I just press play? I did. Play. Bring up the game. Come on. Okay, there we go. Right, so right at the start, while the game is starting up and we're getting in here, allow me to address what happened during the previous stream. As you may have noticed, my microphone, hopefully after messing with it, doesn't sound like total garbage now. Yeah, you can blame Windows for that. Hang on a minute, let me get rid of that little thing over there. Also, did I set this correctly in here? Yes, I did. Okay. Just want to double check that. Yeah, so what happened was, and I don't know what caused this. I think I've heard of other streamers, like streamers that I've watched, had issues where Windows would just mess with their audio settings. But that's what happened for me. That's what happened with me. I only found out how bad it was after the stream, and then when I checked all my audio settings, I checked at the Windows setting, it had maximized the microphone. I had it turned down in Windows, and then it just blew it up, so... And it happened again the night after when I was playing Deep Rock with the boys, so... In order to correct this, I've set that to maximum, and I've turned the actual microphone knob on the thing here down. And I tested it a bit beforehand, so I should still sound fine. But yeah, you don't want to discover that your audio's that messed up 4 hours after you've been streaming for 4 hours. That is just... boy. Just let me tweak something over there real quick. Actually, let me tweak that just a little bit more. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Alright, so we got off whatever the hell planet that was. I've already forgotten its name. We're in space. We've got a place to go. And I basically cut the stream right after we got on board and we hopped off. Oh, did I not see these here before? Lockers? There's locked stuff on my ship.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
I am back. I can ask the AI for entertainment. Got a minute to talk?
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
What if you don't have a power source?
I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope?
I guess so.
When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative.
Understandable. And what might that be?
Traveling the system with you, Captain.
Ah. What about your last captain? Do you miss him, or is one captain the same as another?
Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Have there been other captains of this ship?
If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was.
Let's talk about something else.
How can I be of assistance?
I'd like to learn more about the colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
let's start with, where are we going? Were we just on Terra 2? Was that the name of the planet we were on? Like I said, I've already forgotten.
Where in Terra 2?
Oh, I was right. Emerald Vale and Edgewater.
Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer.
No
The
kidding.
town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say, a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet.
What a thing to say. What do you think of the townspeople?
You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague.
Okay, I'm seeing the core of what's making her say this now. Understandable. How is Edgewater faring since we left it?
Since you diverted power to the deserters, the Botanical Lab is thriving. However, Emerald Vale's cannery shut down, leading to a total collapse of Edgewater's population. Thank you, Captain.
You're welcome.
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
I don't think I've been to these other ones. Where are we going? Are we going to Phineas Orbital or Monarch?
Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
What do you think about Phineas?
There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
Make it so. No, don't do that.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons.
Why not? Why'd you say the landing might be rough?
The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them. Of course.
Let's talk about somewhere
What part of
else.
the colony would you like to discuss?
I guess when they refer to the colony, they're not talking about, like, a settlement on the ground. They're talking about, like, everything in the system. Tell me about the Groundbreaker.
We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination.
Is that where we're going?
Before going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
I don't know who those are. Well, give me the spiel on the Groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid.
Whoop.
The Mardet...
You already told us that. You can take care of that for us, right?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Great, thanks.
You are more than welcome, Captain.
Okay.
How can I be of assistance?
Yeah, you don't press escape to skip dialogue. Why am I doing that?
What part of the...
Hold on, there's still one more colony to ask about. Tell me about Monarch.
Where in Monarch?
Stellar Bay?
Ah, Monarch. The armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's port at Fallbrook.
Why is Monarch being blockaded? It's being blockaded? I'm asking questions about stuff that I don't even know about, that I don't think anyone's told me about yet. Tell me about the Smuggler's port?
It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband. And before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there.
Damn it. Why is Monarch being blockaded?
I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points.
Interesting. No corporate presence?
How can I be of assistance? What part?
Wait a minute.
Where in Monarch?
There was another Cascadia. Okay, this is the last thing we can ask about.
Warning. All colonists are urged to reconsider travel to Cascadia due to infestation of mantisaurs and risk of indefinite detention or death.
Sounds like home. Any people live in Cascadia aside from the Marauders?
There are no people aside from marauders in Cascadia. There is only death.
Again, sounds just like home. What's the local report?
The local report is that you will very likely die if you leave Cascadia's landing pad.
Sounds dangerous.
This is one of those times where you say one word but really mean another, isn't it? I suppose you would find an environment like this fun.
Good to know.
How can I be of assistance?
That's what we're here for, really. Fun. I can ask her for entertainment. Yeah, I'm in the mood for some entertainment.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Tell a joke?
How often do I make jokes about chemistry? Periodically.
That's
As
enough.
you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
I'll ask her for music later.
I'll be here.
Let's go chat up her people. See if anything else has popped up on the ship, because I don't remember these lockers being here.
Please avoid damaging yourself or others while you are out.
Not much chance of that. Looks like she set up a little cot for herself here. I don't have a lot of weapon parts. Can I afford a little tinkering? Yeah, I can afford to tinker a little bit. Put a little into the revolver. In fact, put a little bit more into the revolver. It's kind of my main weapon. Shock stick. Is that not... When did I pick this up? Mr. Ouch. I'm not really much of a melee guy, but I still like to carry one around. Right, that's the big thing there. Is there a space in here where I can just... where I can store things? Oh, maybe in that locker? Aha, I can. Put the old hibernation suit away. Do I want to keep any of these other outfits? Alright, just engaging in some prep work before, just squaring everything away. We'll chat people up, then we'll figure out where we're going. In fact, let me look at the journal. Where are we going? We are going to, in order to revive a colonist, Wells needs you to travel to Stellar Bay. Monarch is interdicted by Halcyon Holdings. Okay, so I did know about that. You have to procure a nav key through unofficial channels, talk to Gladys, retrieve holographic shroud. Hold on a second. It is getting really... The sun is out in full force today. Ooh. There we go. Needed to close that all the way. Sun's getting super bright. It's also super cold. It was actually like below 0 Celsius all night. Usually it doesn't get that cold. There's a lot of frost this morning. Maybe we'll... Wait, no, I didn't want to pick that up. Okay, so you gotta be careful storing stuff. If you just press E by instinct, you're just gonna end up picking your stuff up again. Some of these I don't need. I can sell later. Ah, all these big mods. I don't know how many different types of mods there are. Tech kit, thug kit. Store a bunch of these just in case. Then I can sell the rest. I don't know if I'll be able to upgrade stuff for other people later. Oh, we got some junk too. And those mods are probably eating up a lot of space. Did I want to keep any of these clothes? I like to keep some things, you know. Oh, that's what's her face's thingy. Can I tinker on my clothing? Dr. Scrubs. Blue shirt. Ooh, I like that. Ah, but yeah, it's melee weapons. I like the gloves. Striped shirt, like reinforced suspenders. I like that, but it's melee, and I'm not melee. I'm not building a melee character. Boo. Alright, well, we'll store some of these. Alright, and everything else we're carrying is mostly stuff that we can just get rid of later. I gotta be very careful not to accidentally pick up anything. Oh, I can't tinker with my clothes. Slightly improve my clothing a little bit. Vestments blue with piping. Okay, yeah, we can tinker with our people's gear as well. Very good. Yeah, that already has a mod on it. New magazine mod. I should have looked at this. I could have put something on the guns. Well, if I put this on, DPM goes up, RPM goes up. Oh, it's just magazine size. Hang on a minute. I should go pick up my mods. Hold on. Let's see, which mods... Did I have one that I wanted to... Oh, wait a minute. Can I put the barrel on... Hang on a minute. I want to see if I can put the silencer on the sniper rifle. That'd be kind of swell. I wasn't making a stealth character, though. Yeah, I wasn't making a stealth character. Yeah, scratch that. Or maybe I'll try it anyway. It might be nice to have an option, in case I run into something that's a little too tough for me running around in my suspenders. Right, that's armor. Armor. I'm not wearing armor, so I can't use any of those. Okay. Okay, so it's not that kind of mod. I can't put a silencer on it. Boo. Hey, Parvati, what's up?
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy-like, ain't it?
What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space, but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
Apparently, Ada's the one who actually flies the ship.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
Is it safe to fly now that we got... What do you think, Parvati? Is this safe to fly now that we got the regulator?
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
That doesn't sound like a good idea, but hey, if it works. Did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all of my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
I don't see the humor.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
Why would people be unhappy about you getting a maintenance job?
Because they were hoping their own kid would get the job and get sent back to Edgewater. When folk go away for schooling, they don't get back to where they begun. Not usually. You go straight to your first job, wherever the company's got an opening.
You don't have any say in it at all?
I reckon you could say, no thanks, I don't want a job. But then you don't got a job.
But you're actually good at this, and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
Yeah, who does? You didn't like your classes?
Oh, there were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing. Like, before they'd issue you a wrench, they wanted an essay on the design of different wrenches. Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches.
Yeah, what did you do in your time off?
As soon as I got permission, I spent all my time in the machine shop. They had all manner of parts, but they didn't want me using them, so I had to sneak them sometimes. I even slept in there. Had a hammock tied up in the rafters. Before I left, I installed a little skylight for myself, so I could see the stars.
Build anything fun?
When an engine came in, I'd strip it down and rebuild it. I mostly built for myself. Custom tools, little mechanical critters to talk to. When my roommates tried to talk, I'd get so nervous I'd be drenched in sweat. It was easier for everybody when I stayed off on my own. I doubt any of them remember me now.
After school, you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ears so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Alright, break time's over. Alright, where's the Vicar man? Where's he at? Okay, he's not in here with the engine. The ship is not wheelchair accessible. Bunch of stuff in the fridge. Pills? Got pills here. Were all these doors open before? Oh, hey, that's the sword I picked up before. Whose room is this? Ooh, got windows outside. I think I took this poster. In a horrifying vision of the future, the board has been overthrown by the seditious and slovenly savages of Monarch. Only Halcyon Helen can rescue the colony from indolence and entitlement. Approved by the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Okay. Don't know whose room belongs to who. I guess this is there's Vicar Max. Symbol of a flag denotes the Order of Scientific Inquiry. Alright. Ah, some books. Doctrinal Studies 539 of Equity in Equations. These textbooks have been out of print for almost half a century. The margins are filled with scribbled notes, and many passages have been underlined. Some pages have come loose, the glue now yellowed and cracked along the spines. Journal of Maximilian Desoto, Volume 1. The scribblings of these journal pages are utterly illegible to anyone except Vicar Maximilian Desoto. Index of Banned Literature for official OSI eyes only. Illegal to be viewed by unsanctioned individuals. I want to see it. He's not stopping me. Part 1. Various qualifying considerations. Part 2. Principal rules of restrictive management. Part 3. Morals and maxims of banning unethical literature. Part 4. Proof of the Grand Architect and Predestination, a refutation of titles listed here within. Part 5. Consequences, the mind and the will of man when led astray. Part 6. Official list of banned titles. Part 7. Prerequisites for advancing the investigation, outing, and penalizing of offenders. I was hoping to actually get, like, titles of actual books. Anointment vial. Smells suspiciously like iceberg-aged whiskey. Tossball trading cards. Mint condition. Players of the Hephaestus Hammers and the Tilebackers. The Art and Science of Tossball. Impossible to put down. This endorsement has been approved. Signed by Seymour Whitlock, who held the record for most on-the-field fatalities for 3 consecutive seasons. Oh boy. Anyway, let's chat him up.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
Yes, I often catch people ruminating. Got a lot to talk to him about. I'd like to know something about those I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Were they not religious?
On the contrary, they internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
Weren't they proud when you became a vicar, at least?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Seems quite trusting of you to just sign on without knowing anything about me.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
What if this book doesn't have the answers you're looking for?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
I love a good adventure story.
That's not... Let's try this again. Who are you? Where are you from?
I'm getting a phone call from Germany? I don't know anyone in Germany. That's probably not important. That's probably a wrong number, actually. I'm just going to let that one go. I was a colonist on the Hope. A scientist named Wells saved me.
And how did he do that?
Well, he stole my body from the Hope at the edge of the colony and thawed me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
Well, I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
Kind of wish the option to say I like a good adventure story popped back up again. I mean, shit. I don't want to leave all those people frozen out there in the middle of nowhere. They've already been frozen out there for nearly a century. A voicemail was left. I'll catch that later. Not going to do that on stream. Who would call me from Germany? I never get calls from out of the country. That is weird. Anyway, that's the right thing to do.
A commendable attitude.
Tell me again about this book we picked up.
Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Oh, that's all he has to say about that. What are your thoughts on philosophists?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
Any ideas where we can find someone who speaks French in the colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
That seems very understandable that the person who would tell you about the book would also know it was French. Alright. That sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Sounds like a plan. How will wait. How is it that a simple vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Sounds like fun. How will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
Alright, that's my crew. Looks like I've got space for at least 2 more people. Do I have my own quarters? Ooh, what's this? There's no response from the automechanical suit unit. A serial number etched in the chassis includes the letter SAM. Ask Ada about the SAM. I will do this. Oh, hey! Here are the captain's quarters. Oh, and here's the Shroud. The Shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions and that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off-limits to unauthorized personnel. Who'd have thought?
You might want to consider changing your clothes more often.
Hey. These clothes are good. Ah, yes, Hawthorne's computer. Let's have a read. Messages for Hawthorne. Unread messages. From you, Bedford. From Udom, Wingman's Wingman, Bedford, to Alex, Wingman Hawthorne. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message, silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. I like that, that's a good one. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't you go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Archived messages? Quite a few, actually. All from you, Bedford. Dearest Alex, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and the tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comm network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Oh. Yeah, about that. Uh-oh. Hello? I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard a guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. Best Udon, please respond. Oh dear. Checking in. Hello, hello. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable. Just like your ship. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed. You know, about the Wells fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could tell me where he is, well, it would be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, wingman. Winky face. Hello, Udom here. Udom Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship. My silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. I think I'm reading these in reverse. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Lost Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every color. You know, really tie one on. So is this Bedford guy maybe manning like a dock somewhere, impounded the ship, and then the guy... I don't know. Sent messages. To Bedford. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted. Had a few too many and might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink at the Lost Hope next time I'm in, and I might forgive you. Only message out from him. Hang on a minute. We still got more. Search term Sam. We got logs here. Shrink ray. Note to self, stop this, remember this later. No better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality, with my own two eyes, a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe. Or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one. Weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge. But I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumors. More to be had. You know, someone was telling me about, like, special science weapons the last time I streamed. Are these hints as to where I can find them? Ah. Hammer power. The last time I got sloshed, I mean, I was imbibing at the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udom was really free with the drinks. He seemed like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on two Mardets yammering about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he had made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that one before. But here is the good part. The Mardet said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat? Sure fits the bill. Claim resolved? Oh, maybe they finally figured out what was going on with my hard drive. Maybe that's why I was being called from Germany? I kind of wish I picked up that call now. I've been waiting for them to tell me what happened to that thing. It's been a month since I ordered it. It could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Okay. Black market leads. Why won't Wells just give the shrink ray to me? Blast into the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show, I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times, but architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I ask? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I just use it to wipe out the good, hardworking folk of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? Looking at the play, you can tell that whoever wrote that was looking at the player when they wrote that one. I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of these science weapons. Yep, this is what I was being told about before. Throughout Halcyon. If gossips hold true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker. Alright, search results for Sam. Do not forget. You found a discarded sanitation and maintenance automechanical on Emerald Vale's scrap heap during your last job. It should not be too difficult to get it up and running. With a few key modifications, I can envision a combat-capable variant. Some might say a clean, mean killing machine. Should be fun. Removal of factory standard Sud Steeper was successful. Delivery of combat-modified replacement part Acid Steeper has been delayed. Progress setback is estimated now to be a solid 3 months. Not like I have more pressing matters to attend to. But I do. Okay. I didn't have to ask Ada about the SAM unit. I'm giving up hope on the delivery. The part is lost in transit, and it's not turning up anytime soon. But good news. I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker, who overcharged me for the information regarding the location of an acid steeper I can filch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I sure never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick it up following this next pit stop, back to Emerald Vale. Wells wants me to chaperone some person of interest. Details to come later. Yeah. About that. Acquire Phineas' science weapon. Acquire Groundbreaker science weapon. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff to do. Can I still ask her about the SAM?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Know anything about the automechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it. But I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
Nah, we already did that.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Alright, before we go flying off, what happens when we ask her to sing?
Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
Thanks.
My pleasure, Captain. As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders. I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
I make no promises. Alright. Let's go. Ooh, we got a big map. There's some planets that are locked. It's a nice looking map. Halcyon's first colony ship. Okay, yeah, we're not going to a planet, we're going to a ship. Scylla? Let's not go to places where I don't have business just yet. kind of want to visit Phineas's lab first. Can I?
Now
Welcome to the system map. You can see all the planets in the system, points of interest. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous, and employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Very secret.
I think I'll initiate an unscheduled rest cycle while you're out.
You do that. Alright, let's go see what Phineas's lab is like.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work?
Yes?
Oh, damn it, blast, that's loud.
Alright, clearly he commandeered this place from whoever built it. I'm guessing it was abandoned. Man, this place is too big. If he's the only person here, that must be dreadful. Ah. Can't unlock that.
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Oh, it was Vicar Max. Are you armed? You are armed. He's got a shotgun and a telescoping staff. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Wipe your feet. What's up?
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
Why are we speaking here like this? For what it's worth, I appreciate you pulling me from the Hope.
Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals. Of course. What's on your mind?
Several things. Is there a reason you're hiding behind bulletproof glass?
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
I think the real reason he's behind bulletproof glass is so that the player doesn't try to kill him right away, and thus, like, completely derail the plot. I wonder if it could be anything other than that.
Absolutely. Let's talk.
Have you met my crew yet?
No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy.
Yeah, understandable. I didn't mean to upset you.
No, I was being rude. I'm not accustomed to extending hospitality, and I've never had visitors before. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. I picked you out of the Hope for your talents, after all. It's only natural that others would gravitate toward you.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well for myself, all things considered.
Yes, indeed. Well done. spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me immensely. Progress.
That pleases me immensely, too. I am very pleased when I go a whole day without spontaneously liquefying.
What's on your mind?
Not a whole lot else to talk to him about. Ugh. Stisty pig. Ugh. There's actually quite a few of them in here. Pocket watch? Yeah, I'm just gonna take a bunch of your shit. Hey, communications terminal. To H. Blythe. No response, no response, no response, no response. Cause undetermined. I worked it out. Explain details later. Will be difficult to reproduce. Need your help. All necessary materials should be present in Halcyon, but locations elude me. Dumped a new associate Dirtside, Terra 2, near Edgewater. They have a stake in my purpose, but trust in them only about 23.7% at current. He only trusts me that much? Fair, he did only just wake me up. They're recovering a ship. Should be along any time. Just need to know where to send them. Let me know when you get this. Eager to be done.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Understood. Oh, was this the pod I was woken up out of? Looks like he's grabbed a few others. Ah, these ones are empty. Shrink ray. Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange and powerful effects. Science weapons damage the strength of their effect. Science weapon damage and the strength of their effects both increase as your science skill increases.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
I didn't mind me taking it at all, thanks. Also, one of your pigs is loose. Bubbles. Ah, it looks so gross. Normally I like pork, but I don't like the look of that pork. Reminder, obscure body in the SK system. Ooh, poster. Ooh, poster. Ooh, poster. Well, this sissy pig has tusks. And is somewhat sciencey in here. I can calculate the movement of the heavenly bodies, but not the madness of men. Newton quote, very good. Ooh, good. We got experiment logs. These are usually pretty fun. Eureka! Flash frozen organic material reverts back to its original cell structure when treated with tincture of dimethyl sulfoxide. Rate of explosive cell death is very respectable, 6%. Bad news? Difficult to acquire. Limited quantities of compound likely produced by Anti-Cleo. Recently discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. Yeah, that'll do it. 12 minutes. Artificial stasis successfully induced in Cysty Pig specimen. Or is that seconds? Let's go with minutes. 2 hours and 17 minutes. Revivification completed. Cysty Pig tissue returned to living state. Brain tissues suffered from rapid nucleation. Attempting treatment. 5 hours and 58 minutes. Treatment progressing. At 8 hours and 20 minutes, treatment failed. Brain tissue irreparably damaged by rapid onset necrosis. 8 hours and 51 minutes, explosive cell death. 9 hours and 49. Finish cleaning liquefied remains of Cystypig from laboratory floor, walls, and equipment. It is amazing how badly it could have gone if he woke me up and this happened. 2 hours and 16 minutes. Fresh out of Anti-Cleo's. Experimenting with Spacer's Choice partially emulsified creamer substitute. 2 hours 18. Finished brewing. Added 2 ounces. Spacer's Choice. 220. Atrocious. Felt part of self die on the inside. Reminder, add Spacer's Choice to the list. Note to self number 2. Buy more mouthwash. Cystypig notes. Have spared one of my stock of experimental cystypigs to be used as renewable source of nourishment. Have named this Lucky Pig Bubbles. Giving an animal a name establishes rapport and creates a positive emotional bond. Allegedly improves flavor of tumors? Oh, those are tumors. Wait, are people eating the tumors? Ugh. Let's look into that. Excellent creatures, Cystypigs. Don't know how people used to survive without these genetic wonders of porcine succulence. Slaughtering a pig for meat instead of harvesting tumors that ripen naturally, falling off the flesh like mock apples off a tree, seems the height of barbarity. Truly a miracle of modern science. I mean, that does sound more humane, but it still sounds horrible. Horribly disgusting. Ooh, personal files. Hack. Have procured the services of one Captain Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. I hope he didn't name his ship after the quality of his services. I'll be sending my new accomplice down to Hawthorne via escape pod as soon as the revival process is complete. Hawthorne should make for an agreeable companion, or at least an acceptable chaperone. Law willing, he isn't a total buffoon. Yeah, about that.
I hope you're not thinking of ingratiating yourself with the board. Chairman Rockwell and his cronies are not your friends. They might tempt you with promises of wealth, but don't be fooled. They're just using you for their own ends. What's on your mind?
I haven't even met them yet. Alright, he doesn't have anything new to say, I don't think. Alright, let's go. Thanks for the visit. Thanks for the shrink ray. Alright, now we can really get underway, and we're already an hour into the stream, and I've just spent this whole hour talking to people. Ah, boy. Let's go. I think I picked up something that I didn't need. Where's the shrink ray? So it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's more about weakening the target. Created by Dr. Phineas Wells, this handheld device is capable of shrinking any living being it is fired at. On the bottom of the grip, Dr. Wells has personally signed the weapon and optimistically numbered it number 1. 001, rather. I guess I'll hold on to that. If there's a target that needs to be especially... is a little too tough for me to handle, hit him with the shrink ray first. Where'd all those posters go? Not in the captain's quarters. This book is heavily dog-eared with doodles in the margins. Modern steel wrenching you. Ah, this is Parvati's room. Stern older man with warm eyes. Photo of the father. Where did those posters go? Oh, they're in here. I don't know whose room this is, but... I don't know, maybe I'm getting a doctor? At some point? Alright, enough cocking around. I said we were gonna go. Let's go. Hey. Alright. Off to the Groundbreaker. Independent orbital station in the in the remains of Halcyon's first colony ship, captained by Junlei Tennyson and run by descendants of the original crew.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Man, these heavy support beams really obscure your view. I like the design. I like these sort of bulky looking designs. The sort of smooth, like super rounded stuff. Not as much of a fan of that. This I like. Big and chunky looking ship.
Let's talk when you're free.
Okay. What do you want?
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borscht beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
I could go for some borscht right about now. I thought you said you could keep this boat in good repair.
I abso-surely can. I'm a passing fair mechanic. Even Mr. Thompson would have said it's my only skill. But I'm used to working on cannery lines, AG loaders and the like. There's tricks about ships I ain't learned yet. All I'm looking for is a few pointers. I bet a lady who runs a whole station has forgot more than I ever learned.
Sure.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Nope, we're going. Let's go, let's go. Ship turned into a space station. I like the sound of that. Sup?
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by. Don't mind the heat. Got a few days before it reaches critical. I'm sure Miss Chief Tennyson will get it sorted before then.
That sounds serious. Ooh, look at that. Not gonna steal that with somebody. If I can see somebody, then I'm not gonna steal something.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
Oh look, there's a named person here. How much you want to bet trouble's gonna happen when I walk in this direction?
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Corporate Trooper Mardets. I'm assuming the Mardets are referring to the crew of this particular ship. People who descended from the original crew, I think it said. Oh, that is a very blurry 13 in the background there. Look at that. Look how blurry that is.
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
Maybe. What was that all about?
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
You knocked somebody out with a tossball stick?
The guy insulted my Rizzo's Rangers, alright? You can't just insult my Rangers and expect to get away with it. So, of course, I decked him with a tossball stick. I mean, what am I? Some kind of fair-weather fan?
Who are Rizzle's Rangers?
Only the finest group of tossball players ever to take the field. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
Oh boy.
Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
Technically, the previous captain died in a horrible accident.
So your ship's got a dark and violent history? This is just too perfect. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
You in a hurry to get somewhere?
Oh, not at all. Just, you know, gonna figure out what to do next. See you around, boss.
Okay.
You learn to keep your eyes to yourself in my job. Nobody wants you looking close at their cargo.
True. When I was playing Elite Dangerous for a while, I always dodged the security scans at stations. Ooh, mag picks. I want those. It didn't even matter if I wasn't even carrying any cargo. I just hated being scanned. Oh, hi. Could you leave? Hang on a second. There's things I want to pick up, and you're in here, and come on, go away. Leave.
Okay, gone quiet.
Could you move? Well, there's all kinds of good stuff around here. Too crowded. Alright. Stevedores is like a job. I thought that was that person's name. Alright. I like the music.
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down.
What, did I turn the music down? Hang on a minute. I want to turn that up. Oh wait, it's already at maximum. It's kind of quiet. Usual posters. Wanted, Phineas V. Wells, for various crimes and violations of board policy, including any or all of the following: sedition, forgery, conspiracy, conspiracy to commit conspiracy. Yes. Unlicensed medical practice, destruction of board property.
I wonder what that fella did to get the board so riled at him.
Oh, we got another one here. Gunnar McRed. Wanted dead or alive for several counts of public intoxication, destruction of Groundbreaker property, unpaid docking fees, and resisting arrest. Contact Commandant Sanita if you have any information concerning McReed's whereabouts. Failure to report a tip may result in imprisonment and a fine. Proof of kill required to collect reward. Is it possible to capture people alive in this? Because that's normally what I would go down for.
Customs and inspection, right this way. Identification, please.
Present Hawthorne's ID. Here you go.
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
And how do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker.
Oh.
His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
Shit. And I went through reading all these logs, and I really potato-brained that one. I wasn't really paying attention to what quest I was on or what I was doing, and I read all that information. If I was paying attention, I would have known better. Any idea why my ship was impounded?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to straighten this out.
You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
What?
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay. Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
What shipment?
A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Understood. What can you tell me about Udom Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
This guy's gonna be a hell of a lot of trouble. The board runs most of the system, don't they? Sounds like a... Yeah, sounds like a fun guy.
Really likes his cereals, too. Maybe a little too much. Bit of a weird bird, all told.
Don't see what's so wrong about liking cereals. They're fun.
Udom takes it to an, unhealthy level.
Can I find a job around here?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
Yeah, of course. How does Halcyon Holdings work, anyway?
Are you pulling my leg?
I just want to hear your take on it.
Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the board. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
How does the Groundbreaker fit into that?
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
I'm gonna like this place a lot, aren't I? So there's actually a boardroom somewhere with all the company heads in it?
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
Got it.
Glad to help.
Looking for something a little more local.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Got it.
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain, matter I'd like to attend to, Captain.
You don't need my permission to go to the bathroom. Just go find the bathroom while I get information. I didn't think there were many independent operators in the system.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
What do you know about Sublight Salvage?
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them.
Understood.
All right.
Any drink recommendations?
Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right.
Yeah, I just had a thought. I was thinking earlier how it might have been a good idea not to use Hawthorne's ID if I remembered that Bedford Fellows was here. But he would have recognized the ship anyway and still would have been impounded. Yeah, probably. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony.
Seems like there's tension between the board and the Groundbreaker.
You noticed, huh?
It's hard to miss.
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Glad it terrifies them, the bastards. Sounds complicated.
Sounds like, yeah. But from where I sit, it's all coming through loud and clear. They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway.
I get the feeling we'll probably be helping these guys out.
Sure thing.
Alright, see you around.
Be seeing you.
Move along.
What? Boy, time. Sup?
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
Are those bullets all these people wearing just for show? I'm interested in that McReed bounty. Got any leads?
Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
Why don't you guys go do it?
Oh, I will. Soon as the chief approves the personnel reorg required for a bounty dispatch. So, in about 3 to 7 weeks.
Okay then. There takes a lot of time. I get it. I'll take the posting.
You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head. Or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
Any other bounties available?
Still waiting to hear back on that bounty for McRed. That aside, not much else. Groundbreaker's keeping calm at the moment.
Alright. Couldn't help but notice the bounty on Wells.
The outlaw scientist fella, right. The board's had it out for him for ages. If you have an inkling of the wheres or what-fors of his location, Udon Bedford would surely like to hear it.
Is he a famous criminal or something? Maybe I can learn about what he did.
To the board, yeah. You've read his wanted poster. Whole list of things to get their unders in a wad. But he's never done nothing to Groundbreaker, so I've no problem with him. We keep the poster up to keep the peace is all.
So what's it like working a security detail on the station?
Do I look like your gossipy best friend?
Yes.
While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
Fine.
Then get to business or get moving.
What's a Mardit?
We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know.
Why Mardit, not guard or officer?
The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardettes because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
Well, there you go. I'll be on my way. Can I talk to you?
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today?
Getting my bearings. What do you do here?
This is the security desk, sir. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sanita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore.
Why can't you take reports?
I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away.
I see. I bet you got seized contraband from all over the system locked up back there.
Sure, and stuff from outside the system too, off the interstellar freighters. That's why we also have so many armed Mardettes on duty here.
So if I could get one of them Mardet security cards and use it with the Shroud, maybe I could get back there and enrich myself? I didn't have any contraband, so no need to go raising any questions. Do you do tours?
We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... we just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sanita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something.
I could bribe him. Or... wow, my Intimidate was really high. It's like the second or third time there was like a really high Intimidate option that I was just way out of my league. Now, we're friends here, right, Lee? Do me a favor and I'll owe you one.
All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff. I'd like to keep my job.
Parvati, what are you doing in there? When did she do that? Hello, yes, I work here now.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which blue chip, the Scholar, shipped in and out with.
It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
Alright, we needed to get in there to help Max.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
What are you people talking about?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that? Graham?
Asshole.
Apparently somebody's asshole told her. Alright. Hold on a minute, let me... He opened the door for me, but...
I'll keep quiet.
I don't know what. Do I need to sneak? He kind of let me in. They don't seem to be getting upset. You know, his boss is standing right next to him. You'd think she'd object to this. Ooh, plasma rifle. Hang on a minute. I think I'm missing something here. Yep. Ow, my leg. Oh, wait a minute. There was a doorway right here.
There it is. Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest.
They just let me back here. I wasn't opposed or anything. I just convinced the friggin', like, the desk jockey within full view and earshot of his boss. He's just like, sure, nobody gives a shit. This is too easy. Something's gonna happen, surely. Hold on, let me check out some other stuff here while we got the time. Detained a freelancer who was cagey about his business, confiscated his personal belongings while he awaited questioning. Modified pistol, the Josh, hatchet, metal hoop, prayer beads, locked container. He fled before we could get down to it, left his things behind. So they're stored in the back of the security station until the idiot shows his face again, which is likely to be never. Security logs. Sublight put a bid on one of our impounds. Generous one, too. Negotiate for the finder's fee, and then give Lilia her salvage? Brawl at the Lost Hope Freelancers versus Board. Freelancers won. Arrested a freighter captain with more bits than brains. Hawthorne ship impounded by order of Udom Bedford. Still no clue why Hawthorne associates with that board snake. A guy from the back bays roughed up the Moon Kid. Raving mad, warned me that the moon was gonna bring about the end times. He was flying high on whatever MacRed grows down there. Got a sworn testimony that MacRed was spotted at the Rest and Go. Not that anyone will corroborate it. Reminder to keep an eye on Gladys.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
Alright, let's get out of here before security starts asking questions. Seriously, that shouldn't have worked. That should not have worked. What's up? You mind if I check your terminal? Thanks, man. Rivals, Cleo Freighter hauling Tabacorn, dues paid. Rizzo Freighter hauling Purpleberry, everything, dues paid. Freelancer, possibly Sublight, dues paid. Freelancer, definitely Sublight, dues waived. Unreliable, business unknown, impounded, Hawthorne ship, but no Hawthorne. Wait, he has it listed as no Hawthorne? I told him I was Hawthorne and he didn't question it. Did he know I was bullshitting him? Freelancer's departures, Sublight, Freelancer, none, deadbeat at the Rest and Go insisted once again that he's part of the crew, but they acted like they didn't know him. Space Choice Freighter delivered Callahan's new mask. New mask? From GB Security, subject conditions. These conditions. This is a joke, right? I'm forwarding this around the station and no one thinks you're real. And if you are, welcome to Groundbreaker, asshole. These conditions aren't fit for cystypigs. You honestly expect me to share a berth with some junker flown by a freelancer? I am a company man, and I demand company accommodations. Auntie Cleo would give you such a withering glare if she saw how you treated her two-time employee of the month. Yes, that's me. You signed a social contract when you gave me clearance to land. I asked for what is mine by right. Room to breathe. a heated berth so I can walk around barefoot, and service with a smile, and you've given me 1 out of 3. I'll give you until I hit send to rectify this error. Oh boy. 2 Wildcat. Don't bother, we're on our way. Hey, I landed like 15 minutes ago, and this crazy guy with no shoes on has been throwing shit at my rig. Like actual shit. Can I open fire or what? Okay. Looks like the way this station is set up, we're going to be doing a lot of talking before we do any shooting. I want that mag pick. No, this stuff isn't owned? Alright, I'll take it.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Oh boy, news.
The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hard-working citizens. This story brought to you by Halcyon News, all the news that's fit to broadcast.
Of course, they're running the news services. Rest and go keycard.
Then I head to Vera's for whiskey and tarts.
Alright, I need to select a new thing. Give the data cartridge to Vicar Max. Alright, I should give that to him. Yeah, Max, here's your thing.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a Sublight Salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
You hesitated there, Vicar. What aren't you telling me?
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
This all seems awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Alright, well, we're not leaving here for a while yet. Don't suppose this is something I can do here. No. I didn't mean to press that button. Drinking sapphire wine. Parvati wants to go talk. You know what? Let's start with Bedford.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
12% more crunch.
I like this looks.
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
Oh, and I leveled up. Let's mess with my points. I got skills. Three into dialogue. 3 into range. And how about another 4 into tech? Yeah, dialogue, ranged, and tech are going to be my primary focuses. Gonna focus on handguns when we get down ranged, persuade when we get into dialogue, and in tech... No, not tech, well, yeah, tech. But you're gonna want to keep putting points into stealth just so you can break into stuff. I've got excellent skills. Oh wait, no, we want to apply change. Very colorful place.
The news packet had the tossball scores from Deconis. What about the rail gliding championships? I didn't think anyone but natives followed that. Hell, I know space hands who don't even think it's sport.
Right. Let's go meet the important people, then I'll run around here and explore. Oh, what's this? Public terminal. Ooh. Admin access. Recent messages. Welcome, Administrator. From Tennyson J. Anyone seen Private Taylor? Haven't seen him in days. And where are we on that toilet clog? If Chief Guiying taught me anything, it's that a crew's morale is proportional to the quality of their outhouse. You take away a crew's plumbing, you take away their privacy and dignity, so let's get that toilet fixed. What is going on with the chat? It keeps saying that I've entered the chat room, but I'm pretty sure I've been here. Just keep logging me out of my own chat. 2 Wildcat group. Groundbreaker meetup. Even though it's been nigh on 20 years since our last meetup on Groundbreaker, I was hoping we could get the old gang back together. I understand that things have changed. Some of us are long-range haulers, some of us have gone corporate, some of us are likely dead, and some of us are on Tartarus and not reading this message, but I haven't lost hope. No one responded to my last invite. I hope that means your schedules are full up with family gatherings and job opportunities. Stay free, freelancers. Oh, someone wants to meet up. IS Conveyors Collective, subject Conveyors Rights. Hi all. I just got off ice from a round trip to Dashkova. 2 years out, 2 years back. Imagine my surprise when we de-thawed and Groundbreaker comms told us our docking was going to be delayed. 1 hour turned into 5, then days went by. In the end, we spent an entire goddamn week waiting for a berth on this law-fucked bolt bucket. And because we were kicking our heels all that time, not one of us got paid. I don't know about you, but I got expenses. Family I don't see often enough, debt you won't fucking believe, and even if I'm not working, I still gotta make my payments. Does that seem proper to you? Do we conveyors not have rights? We should do something about this. If you agree, leave a message here, and I'll respond when I get back to Gensan in 3 years. Iceman out. Right. This message is no longer accessible at your clearance level. Your attempt to access this message has been logged. This message does not exist. Okay. Yeah, that one got caught pretty fast. Public notices. Regarding the food situation. To those of you who have raised concerns about the quality of Groundbreaker's victuals, yes, I'm aware of the promenade stink, allow me to put the matter to rest. Our ancestors didn't rise from humble beginnings on a diet of bratwurst and borst. But that's the reality of life up here. If you can't salt it, can it, or zip it up in a pouch, then we're not picky about calling it food. Spacers make do with what they have, and what we have is smelly meat, lots of salt, and 11 kinds of mustard, last time I counted. Try and enjoy it. Ship impounded. This is a general board notice about our impound policies. If the board impounded your ship, take it up with the board. Their embassy is the gaudy building opposite Sublight's warehouse. Send them your questions, outstanding fees, and hate mail, especially hate mail. If the Groundbreaker impounded you, pay your damn fees and don't bother my people. Looking for work. Urgently looking for a new crew to sign on with. I've been stuck on Halcyon for almost a year now. Don't know what's holding up about my next posting. Never had to wait this long to get on another freighter. I'd planned to take one of the rare long hauls back to Earth, but I haven't been able to find any, and even the shorter skips into the inner world seem rarer than the outer world's routes these days. If anyone has any information about upcoming work, please post it here. Down on my luck. Hey, so here's my story. My ship limped into groundwater in a rough state. We couldn't make the repair fees, the docking fees, refueling, or the fees for not being able to pay our fees, so I'm kind of stuck here now. Then they took my ship and sold it off as scrap. Now my credit is shot to hell and corporate freighters won't hire me. I'm hoping someone with a spare bunk to spare and places to go is feeling charitable. Thanks for listening. This notice has been posted 56 times in 632 days. Oof. Some people are having a rough time.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junling's ship. You don't own shit here.
Step back. I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
The Mardettes would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
Look, just get out of here before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Whatever. We got a date at the Lost Hope anyway.
Is this really what you want to be doing with your life, Marcy? Guarding stairs for that walking mustache Udon fucking Bedford? I gotta get off this detail.
At least one of them doesn't even like Bedford. Alright. Let's get in here. Let's get this out of the way.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
You do that.
You'd think the board and its agents would be more content, sitting at the top of the system's food chain as they are.
What it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wild.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Forget Alex. Why do you impound my ship?
I impounded Alex's ship, not yours. Well, I guess it's yours now if you're captaining it. It's a game we play, he and I. I ask him to turn in Phineas Wells. He tells me he will soon. I impound his ship. He explains why he can't give me the info right now. I ask him to turn in Wells. Around and around we go.
Thrilling. Anyway, about my ship.
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Why is the board so interested in Wells?
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Why do you think I know anything about Wells?
Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table?
Nope.
That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
Yeah, well, this wasn't that troublesome. What's this about the board having your head?
It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal.
Oh, stop playing coy, Bedford.
I don't intend to be. It's just a matter of trust.
Yeah, might I win your trust then?
Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's my white whale, I suppose.
I don't know where he is.
It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work.
There was something else I wanted to ask.
Be my guest.
Assuming there's other things to talk about. There's other things to talk about. What do you do here?
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands.
Big fish in a small space station. Nice setup.
I have few complaints.
Does it seem hot in here to you?
Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be expected to work in these conditions? Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but I've seen no action from her. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
Why are there armed guards? That's a dumb question. Why wouldn't there be armed guards? But I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course.
To watch your back, you mean?
Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status, and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign.
You call keeping officers on their promenade benign?
When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course, but I can't say I much care.
What are those locked doors in the back?
A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use.
Does the chairman visit here?
Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use.
Can you get me to Stellar Bay?
Good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit?
So, no?
No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no.
No would have done it. You'd have to crack open a thesaurus.
Best to be clear, I believe. Ask away.
Well, I'm out then. Can I? That requires a specific passcode, which I don't have. Alright, well that turned out to not be that much of an issue. Back on this way. I do like this place. Shiny, kind of dirty looking. Oh man, I do like that dome up top. I really like this ship. I like it a lot. Who are you?
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
I like your eye patch. It's a benefit to modifying my weapons, as if I need to ask.
Why, it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? Extended ammo magazine and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire.
It seems a bit late to be getting a modification tutorial. How do I attach a modification?
Only takes a bit of elbow grease and a spot of engineering know-how. Most ships have a workbench near the cargo hold.
Yeah, I already know this shit. Come on. If I change my mind, can I take a mod off or replace it?
No and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it, the originals tend to snap like plastic toys.
Where can I find modifications?
Right here for a start. I got a fair selection. Modified weapons are my specialty.
Does modifying a weapon void the warranty?
A what? Sorry, hon. Here at Bell's Shells, we just don't discuss impolite topics, and WARRANTIES tops the list.
Understood.
So, what can I get you?
They don't have warranties on independent trade. Gotcha. Alright, what have you got? Proper weapon store. Grenade launcher, tactical shotgun, auto mag pistole. More grenade launcher, plasma rifle. So it doesn't look like there's a lot of different models of weapon, just like different levels of certain weapons. Restricted stock. Any modifications that I'd be particularly interested in? Critical damage, Mag 2, shock type damage, reduced thingy. Like machine gun, don't need that. Sell most of that stuff. I'm probably not going to use it. I don't think I was going to use these. These are just extra shit. Stuff that I can sell for money. Oh, and a whole bunch of junk. Oh, wow. That really lightened the load. Jedi assault rifle? Oh, that looks nice. Looks like I'm sticking with the revolver for a while. But wait a minute. What was that pistol? Let me take a look at that again.
Ooh, someone has got to talk with Chief Tennyson about the thermostat around here. Whew, ain't gonna be me. So, you buying?
Maybe. Let me take a look at that pistol you had there. Auto mag. If you want some serious firepower but aren't ready to step up to heavy weaponry, then the TNL Auto Mag line is for you. I kind of like the revolver. It's going with my whole aesthetic. How much does this stuff cost? You know, most of these weapons don't cost that much. Let's compare it to a pistol. Wait a minute, can I even see the weapons I have equipped? I don't think I can. Well, that's unfortunate. I can't compare the weapon to what I currently have equipped in the shop. Well, that's unfortunate. You know what? I'll keep rolling with what I got, and if I start running into trouble, maybe I'll buy a different weapon. And Gladys is over yonder. Is there a clothing shop or something?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
What's up?
Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you. When you were sick, who took your temperature? When you were hungry, who gave you a needle full of love? Auntie Cleo, that's who. Have you given your auntie a hug today? You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
Yeah, I got a lot of needles earlier this week when I went to the dentist. I didn't remember keeping track of how many times they poked that needle into my gums.
If you're short on bits, you can work off your tab. Seeking relief from the heat? Till June Lei gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to help out with that. Don't suppose you know of a way I could get to Stellar Bay on Monarch?
Stellar Bay proper? Tough to say. The board recalled all the nav keys about 10 years back when the Corps pulled back to Terra 2.
Do you know why?
It's overrun with beasts, I heard. Big ones. Kinda chew your face off for fun. Might all be board propaganda, though. If you're aiming to get to Stellar Bay, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty. The board don't like them that truck with Monarch. But I ain't the one you ought to be asking. Try Gladys on the promenade. She'll fix you up.
Yeah, that's why we needed to talk to her. All the traders in the system come through here. Heard anything interesting?
Only the usual. Marauders all over space. You ever wonder how folk who can't figure the bleeding edge technology of a spoon can manage to get ships into space?
What's this heat issue I hear people complaining about?
The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it.
Sounds like you might have an issue with your thermal control system.
Couldn't say, and I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally if I could. All I know is we're cooking in our own juices here, and it's only gonna get worse.
Who's in charge of fixing it? Now, these are all dumb questions. I need to stop asking dumb questions. Maybe I could do something about that.
That's not for me to say. But if you're feeling the urge toward helpfulness, you can find Chief June Lei in engineering.
I've always been compelled for the longest time to exhaust all dialogue options, even if it's just asking dumb questions. Shit that I already know. What do you know about Chief June Lei?
There's nobody who knows more about the station's guts. Any system you could name, June's crawled around inside and made it better. She doesn't come around here often, though. Don't see her as much of a drinker. Too straight-laced for that. What ain't I got?
Yeah, it's all boozier and drinks. Purple berry wine, algae lager, purple berry juice, Moab fizzy tea, dehydrated water tablets. Lost Hope bar key card required. We got a kitchen.
I try and keep the place clean in case Chief Tennyson stops by.
Toilets. I think she's trying to throw up in there.
Whiskey, I got that back on.
Also, not a lot of privacy. A big bar and only 2 toilets?
Going back to the old cubicle to watch the latest episode of my serial.
What's a nice boy like you watch?
Oh god, look at this guy.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a 0G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
New York was for Spacer's Choice. Ever been to Edgewater?
Heard of it. My orientation aether wave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
Well, don't go looking into it.
If you did, that'd be good, actually. They could use the help.
And if you do, please don't mention us.
I'd have to go over my contract, but I don't think I'm allowed to leave Groundbreaker. Or this stall. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too.
You saying I'm smelly? I gotta ask you about the hat.
I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division.
You doing alright in there?
Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as a Spacer's Choice is affordable.
Can you even see in there?
I can see all of the top-quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price.
Oh boy. How do you brush your teeth?
Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Spread Wash, Mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development.
So, wait, if they don't make any of that stuff, you have to imagine the way these companies work. They only want their employees using their own stuff. Does that mean that none of Spacer's Choice brush their teeth? Ugh. Can't imagine. Do you miss eating solid food?
Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of Groundbreaker. Or anywhere on the Halcyon.
It's like I'm talking to a robot. Do you have to sleep with that on?
Trouble sleeping? Try our Lunar Eclipse mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy brew. The blast will send you through the stratosphere and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed.
Where can I get a hat like yours?
You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here.
Okay, we're getting the honest truth.
Why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon.
Oh no, this poor man. They make you wear that?
Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and the proceeds will be donated to Spacer Cares, our premier corporate welfare program. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat.
Do you need help?
Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now.
Oh no.
Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint.
Oh no. I am addressing the man beneath the mask. Are you okay?
Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job. It may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be.
I'm sorry if I pushed you too hard, Martin. It's just, it hurts to see you like this. I've only just met you.
It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to.
Let's see what you got.
Have a look.
I don't think he has any. Well, I could buy some weapon parts. Some people's fates are worse than others. I'll buy the parts, the bypass shunts, and the mag picks. Bunch of Spacer's Choice brand armor. Oh, you can buy the moon hat. Skill bonus to lying. Of course. Doesn't weigh anything. Martin, I know you're not allowed to say any more than you already have, but listen. Stay strong, man. Yep.
Got one more hour before the Dockmaster bills me.
I know she's in there, Mfuru.
Wait, what?
You can't get me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
Why'd the door close?
I am not making a scene.
What's up?
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene?
See, Mfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place.
What's this about your friend?
Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay?
Okay, clear.
As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
You don't even like her, but you're checking on her?
You say that like it's weird.
Kinda weird. Why bother?
Like I said, Jessie did me a favor, and now I owe her one.
Ah, it's favors,
I
gotcha.
just don't like to leave a debt unpaid, that's all.
Understandable. Sounds normal to me.
Yeah, if she's in the morgue.
How do you know she's not sick?
Because I'm a doctor. I know what illness looks like. And Jessie was looking as sleek as a sprat in the Tyleritos last time I saw her. And anyway, if someone suddenly comes down with a calamitous disease, it doesn't stay secret for long around here.
Maybe I can look into it.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Quest objective requires you to enter a restricted area. If caught inside, you will be shot on sight. Use a disguise if you want to prevent immediate hostilities.
Something I can help you with?
What's the deal with Jessie Doyle?
If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her.
The records say. Have you actually spoken to her yourself?
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying. Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
How do you mean?
We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable. Take care.
I can't convince him to let me in. Now hold on a minute. There's nothing in the door saying I can't go in.
Miss Doyle isn't having any visitors.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Have I tried convincing them with violence? I haven't tried that yet. Wheeler told me to tell you to get off his ass about your shipment.
Did he now? The mouth on that man. I swear his late mother'd be ashamed. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
Who's Irion?
Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits.
What do you need the mechanicals for?
Surgery, mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker.
Why's that?
The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people, we can't hire anyone. Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. But we've only 2 heads between us, and we don't know everything.
Too bad I don't have a high medical skill. I'd probably be able to help, maybe. I could try to find him.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Okay. Ah, here's the restricted access. Ooh, a Medet ID cartridge? And I can just take this and no one will get upset? You found an ID cartridge to use with a holographic shroud. You will be automatically disguised when entering an associated restricted area. Okay, so that's how that works. Okay, I can't pick that up. But I could just pick up the card? Nobody... Alright, I don't question it. Right, now I remember it saying that... they got Mardits in there. Okay, there's a... Well, let's see how this works. Disguise activated. Your holographic shroud is activated, giving you a temporary access to this restricted area. Moving drains the shroud's energy. When it runs out, personnel will see and interrogate you. Talk your way out of the interrogation to reset your shroud. It will get harder to talk your way out the more you're interrogated. Okay.
Looking sharp.
Thank you.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
Oh, look at that! They're wearing their little disguises too. Oh, this is cool. Alright, I'm betting the person we're looking for is here in the quarantine block. I can't open these. Oh, I can open this door. Yeah, nobody in there. Can't open that door. Oh, I see, and you got those 3 little blocks down there indicating how many times you can be interrogated, I think. Can't go in there. Ah, we got somebody.
For the last ratchet on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Ellie sent me.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
She's worried about you. A lot.
Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
I should have intimidated and gotten the experience. What's up?
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you?
Yeah, excuse me.
I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie about that. What'd you do to get you in trouble?
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear.
Yet, you think the board had someone follow you and now you're hiding out?
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. All right, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the Blood Tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
What does this have to do with the board?
Udom was my buyer for when I'd acquired the diamond. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent.
Well, he asked me to help you, so that's what I plan to do.
Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
I'll talk to Udom for you.
Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Alright, let's get out of here before my shroud dissipates. Oh man, this shroud thing is neat. I gotta find more cards. Kinda want to check out the operating room, though. Sup? Alright, well, it's an operating room. I don't know what I expected.
What was that? I'd better take a look.
Hello? They heard me picking. I guess there's a medical keycard I could pick up from somewhere. Also, I don't have a lot of mag picks. I feel like I should save them for later. Sup?
Any word on Jessie?
She's in debt to the board and thinks someone's after her. I'll handle it.
Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
She's not even questioning it. She's like, yeah, okay.
Assholes and their big interstellar freighters. One nearly rammed me on the way in.
CNP near maple syrup. It's near this
Still betting on the tossball series? I know you were trying to stop.
I put a couple of bits in Vera's pool. 1,000 says Rizzo's Rangers make it to the demi-finals this year.
I hate to say it, but the Circus Time Clowns look good this year. The rookie tender is, well, she could break me over her knee, and I'd kind of like it.
I see this man's a man. This is a man of culture.
They're getting better. I think their shtick is actually an advantage when they play in Bird Creek Grove.
Half the games up in Bird Creek are canceled due to blizzard conditions anyway.
I got 500 bits that say all the games there get canceled this season.
You're on.
Boy, people really like their sports, even in future space times. Right, where am I going? What am I doing? Right, I still haven't talked to Gladys yet. You know, let's go talk to Bedford. He's right. His office is right over here. I want to find, like, a clothing store, see if I can get some new clothes.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question. Both teams have tested negative for performance-enhancing stims. A tossball first.
I'm sorry?
Coaches and referees are debating how and if this behavior could lead to an unfair advantage. This has been Halcyon News, your only source for news in the Halcyon colony.
So if they're not doing drugs, it's a scandal. Oh boy.
How do you do? How might I assist you?
I'm doing just fine. I'm here about Jessica Doyle. I want her debt settled.
Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
She's worth more alive than dead. Put her under an indenture contract.
That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate?
I didn't really think about that before I said it. Way I see it, she doesn't have much choice.
I quite concur. It's refreshing to deal with someone practical for a change. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment.
You know, I kind of regret
Now,
that choice.
Is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
Kind of regret that choice a bit. It's just like, put a contract. I don't like these people. Hang on a minute. When did I last save? Did it auto-save right then and there? Yeah, it auto-saved right after I talked to him. Alright, so this quick save was before... Okay. Yeah, I guess it might be a little nicer to pay off the debt. Let's do that.
This is Halcyon News.
How do you do?
Yeah, let's...
How might I assist
Just
you?
because it's a skill check and you get experience for it doesn't mean it's the best option.
Miss Doyle owes the...
I'll pay it off.
Kind and efficient. Can't say I disapprove. Although, seeing as this woman isn't a member of our crew, it'd be nice if the price weren't quite so high.
I think you may have underestimated the size of Miss Doyle's debt. If you'll look over this itemized bill...
1,988 bits? Wait, hold on. You're charging that much for emotional anguish? Really?
I am extremely anguished, Captain. Please respect my feelings in this difficult time.
No.
I doubt Mr. Bedford's ever felt real pain. We could introduce him to the sort of suffering that actually constitutes extreme anguish. For the good of his understanding, of course.
I like the way you
Be
think.
careful you don't irritate my guards, Vicar. You might not like their rather narrow understanding of what constitutes excessive force.
I like the way you think, Max, but we are a little outgunned here. I can pay that.
I'm glad we could come to an accommodation. You may inform Miss Doyle that our collections agent will be recalled. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
I gotta pay more attention to my dialogue options, for certain. Alright, let's scoot. Back on over there and let him know the good news.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you
What?
finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being right. That's nice, too.
Who told you that the agent was called off? Did you just come out here to stretch your legs? Also, your nose is massive.
Got word from Udom, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. Seems I'm in the clear, thanks to you squaring my debt. You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie are cleared.
Oh, I made some of that money back. Nice. About half of it, pretty much. Watch yourself while I'm gone.
The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better-than-average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off.
I think we know who's getting that room with all the cutaway posters of all those animals. You really don't like owing people, do you?
It's like people touching a cookie and leaving it in the box. It's just one of those things that gets under my skin.
Understandable. Very understandable. Speaking of cookies, I might go get cookies after the stream. Pay a visit to the store, get some cookies. That sounds like a good idea. You'll work for me just because I helped Jesse?
If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent.
Thank you.
But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version.
Nah, no, I like the part where you called me competent. What exactly did Jesse do for you anyway?
She helped me win a bet.
What was the bet?
We were on a smuggling run planet side when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a mantisaur.
We're not that fast.
That's what I thought. And as you can probably guess, the thing was faster than it looked. Probably would have caught me if Jesse hadn't picked it off.
So she saved your life.
Yeah, but the important thing is I won the bet.
Welcome aboard.
You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain.
Do we want to drop off somebody else? I don't know. I kind of want to keep Max on board. Although Parvati wants to go talk to the engineer, and we already took care of Max's business. I kind of want to keep the vicar around, but we want to keep Parvati on so that she can talk to the engineer person. Max, I'll catch up with you on the ship later.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you.
Okay, we got a doctor. Also leveled up a bit. Got a new skills, new perks. Alright, all my ranged skills are maximum. Now I have to pick them by hand, which is all going into handguns. What do we unlock for handguns when we get that up? So, our critical damage with handguns is already improved. Unlock TTD location hit effects. Oh, time dilation, the slowdown. Then, once we get to 60, we unlock minimum armor penetration damage, 10%. At 80, debuffed enemy critical chance. Debuffed enemy critical chance. Oh, so like if I shoot them with a pistol, it applies that debuff. If it's a debuff, wouldn't it be minus 20%? Huh. At 100, handgun critical hits ignore 100% of armor. Sweet. Virtuoso. Critical hits ricochet and hit another enemy. Nice. Alright, next time we level up, we're putting skill into handguns. In the meantime... let's get those two up to 50, and then we'll sink a point into persuasion. How does our persuasion scale up? Cower duration up 7%. Humans have a 20% chance to cower. Alright, yeah, I've seen that. At 60, coward targets armor down 50%. I'm so persuasive it makes their armor suck. I like it. At 80, human cower chance. Okay, cower chance goes up. Only for humans. I'm guessing Intimidate works on creatures? Yeah. Except it's called Terrify for them. Figures. Lie affects auto mechanicals. When a human cowers, you gain a 25%. You gain 25% more armor for 10 seconds. That helps when you're not wearing a lot. Virtuoso, chance to cower resets to 10 seconds, allowing a damaged human to cower again. I can really scare people. Huh. Or at least I will, if I get the points up enough. And still got 4 points. So how about... I'll put 4 into stealth this time, so we can squeak up the lockpicking. Apply that. Perks. Oh, once we put one more tier 1 perk, we can start moving into the tier 2s. Let's see here. Time dilation, recharge rate, damage. I don't have any flaws yet. Science weapon magazine damage, companion crit chance, additional ammo stock on vendor. This one doesn't really seem that great. Might be better for like a harder difficulty, perhaps. Sprint speed, walk speed. Damage when alone. I like having my companions around, so I'm not doing that. Increase my base health. Let's go with the base health increase. Again, it helps since I'm like choosing to wear like nice clothes instead of armor. Oh, and companions also got stuff. Parvati. Increase the chance to extract mods. Melee damage up. Armor rating up. Range damage up. Let's give her some more armor. And Ellie, you're new. What's your deal? You like pistols and you like one-handed weapons. You got a... What is that? Some kind of toxic... I haven't seen a green weapon yet. Now, this first one on the right always likes to increase the skill. 10 to medical? I like that. Let's do that. Amount of health received from your inhaler when Ellie is in the party. Ooh, that's a good choice. Oh, I see. Like, these ones on the left are shared, and the ones on the right are unique to the character. Gotcha. First responder, I like that. Okay. Okay. You know what? I've been putting off going over there. Let's visit the rest and go. Let's go talk to Gladys.
The beds are comfy, but you'll want to check the mattress before you settle in.
Advertisement for the following story. Reports from concerned supervisors indicate that rates of time theft are on the rise. We urge all of our listeners to remember that lack of productivity is not a victimless crime.
Time theft.
Workers should be on the lookout for slacking and underperformance. Report anyone you suspect of time theft to your supervisor immediately. This is Halcyon News, reminding you that there's no I in news, no we in Halcyon, and no Mercury in Saltuna.
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
You do business with the... Hold on. First top important questions first. I'm looking for Gladys.
Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from.
How's life on the Groundbreaker?
Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown.
How does Groundwater keep the board at bay?
Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free.
You mentioned Sublight?
Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one.
Do you do business with the Promenade merchants?
Of course. Most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
It's hard to have a conversation with him, but at least say hi. The man is suffering. Trust me, I tried. I'll be on my way. Ooh. A safe. I have a key?
Okay.
When did I pick up a key? Do I have a key for this too? Or maybe I just had one. Yeah, you know what? Do myself a little bit of theft here. And nothing back there. What is that? Oh, jeez. Oh, God, flies. A lot of garbage.
I don't have time for this.
Yes, you clearly don't have a lot of time for anything. I can tell with you the way you're just standing around like that. Bitch. Alright, check this out. There's a hole back here. We'll look into that in a sec. Okay.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Phineas sent me. He said you could sell me a nav key to Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
How dare you, my bits aren't lacking. Actually, holy shit, that's 10,000 bits. Okay, maybe my bits are lacking. Any chance of a discount since Phineas sent me?
Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light on the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
Please don't. Tell me about this opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
No qualms here. I am a qualm-free individual when it comes to aiding local independent space stations with a bit of a heat management problem. What's up?
Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
I believe I have an assignment over at Roseway. Why was Roseway abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Wonder what kind of haul they left behind.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Maybe it's some sort of automated message?
Edna didn't seem to think so, and I trust the dear girl's judgment. Well, maybe not in men, but she knows her comms. So, like as not, someone's been down there recently. And if someone set up shop in Roseway, I'd wager they got something to hide.
If it's a corporate town with something to hide, why the SOS?
Maybe whatever they're hiding went to heck, and now they need a few spare hands to clean up the mess. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Sounds like a fun time. So you need someone to snoop around for you.
My goodness, aren't you quick on the uptake? I like that. Should you find yourself responding to a certain distress call, and in so doing find yourself in possession of certain valuable corporate secrets, well, then we ought to have a chat over a pot of tea and my famous cookies.
Stop talking about cookies. I want cookies now. God damn it. Yeah, you can count on me.
Law bless your atoms. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
Any other jobs you know about?
Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
You got stuff to trade? You got stuff for sale?
I found a handsome ceramic mandapillar at a salvage auction last week.
I'm sorry, a what? Armor parts? I'll take them. Bypass shunt? I'll take that. Mag picks? I'll definitely take those. Battered Mardit? An old datapad once used by Groundbreaker's Mardit. Archives cartridge for Hephaestus. It can be viewed on the captain's terminal. Oh, look at this. Unique pistol. Well, it doesn't look unique, but it's got some huge damage. Pretty expensive. Oh, you can buy like little entry thingies. The old datapad contains incident reports from various Mardet security patrols. Most are details of simple finds and dust-ups between the crews of Wildcat freighters and corporate haulers. 2 entries have been marked out for later review. August 7th, 2344. Responded to a code ID 10T at the Lost Hope. Vera asked us to bounce some back bay rat that got himself soaked in Spectrum Red. Drunken fool got into a scuffle with one of the engineer Tennyson's people. We tossed the rung leech back down to the bays. Asshole fought us the entire way, telling us we'd be sorry once he controlled the hammer's power. We've heard about the hammer. If this is some new Hammersmith marketing stunt, I'm complaining to Sunita. October 25th, 2344. Had another run-in with that rung leech from the Lost Hope. Don't know how the uppity piker crawled out of the back bays without us noticing. Locked himself into the repair bay off the docking slip 13 and refused to come out. Kept raving about the weapon's chaotic beauty. Or some shit while we were trying to talk him out. Had to break off when our shift ended. Hullhead's gotta come out eventually. So maybe that hammer we were hearing about is still here on the station. Alright, that one I just bought said it could be purchased at, read at the terminal on the ship. And there's not a whole lot else we can do here.
Mess with Gladys? You mess with us.
As you were.
Okay. Now what's going on back here?
Miss Ellie, Dr. Finhill. I noticed your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully? You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Everything's got a price.
Well... Somebody's living back here. Not a whole lot in that particular room. Wait a minute. Is that a door? Hang on. Nah, it's not a door. That's just a thing. Oh, it's a little soggy back here. Corporate something or other. Shroud activated. Oh, is this a back way into the... Oh, it is! That's the door I tried to open before! That's a back way into the medical room. Huh. I'm not gonna unlock that from the back.
You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Fenhill.
I oughta. It's kept me alive this long.
I mean, you treat it nice. Makes me happy to see, because I feel the same way about my wrench.
I don't need to crouch in there.
It's a tool that does a job. Feelings got nothing to do with it.
Yep. Oh, God. Hope that was just somebody throwing up there. Oh, that looks bad. That looks like... Is that maggots? Ugh. Someone was having a bad time over there.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Crossbow finds there soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question.
Don't mind me, just looking at your terminal. Rest and Go guest terminal. Pay to view movies. Pay to view is restricted to diamond level guests, but feel free to peruse our catalog. Entertainment cartridges are available for rent at the main desk. There are currently 0 cartridges in stock. Okay. My Big Canid Friend. Synopsis. A lab-grown giant canid goes on an adorable rampage, leading a family of scientists on a wild chase across Emerald Vale. Spending the holiday away from home proves to be a chore, but the family soon realizes that true friends are the monsters you meet along the way. Rated FSR 11 for fun time, simulated rampage, and the body count of 11. Oh, I love this. The ratings have the body count as part of the rating. That's excellent. Every movie should have that on their ratings. It should have the body count. That's fantastic. I'm going to be disappointed if this other movie doesn't have a body count. It doesn't. Fuck. Nanerspank 7. Primal Affections. This sounds like weird porn. Raised by wilderness primals, one man will leave the jungle he knows to explore the one he doesn't. Keystone. He came for Nanerspank, but stayed for love. Can a young corporate executive collar this creature, or will she awaken the beast within? Rated for passion, anthropoid, and consensual nanerspanking. I don't like that sentence. Pay to view serials. 0 in stock. Serial Baking with Edna. In this time-honored culinary classic, Chef Edna, I can talk, I know words. Chef Edna gives valuable life lessons while she cooks from the book of approved cakes. Learn to maintain a structured kitchen, obey your head chef, achieve a good sponge, and obey your sous chef. Edna is the boss in her kitchen. Now she can be the boss of yours. Space Hospital. If the walls of Orbital Hospital could talk, they'd shriek with terror. These doctors have seen it all. Zero-G cyst lancing, extraterrestrial teratoma. Next on a very special episode, in order to trap a chem thief, Dr. Margrave must become a serial arsonist. Don't forget to see Space Hospital Nights for steamy suspense. Doesn't sound like my kind of thing. An ordinary colony family. Then again, I would like to know why he had to become a serial arsonist to catch a thief? What's going on there? Alright, I'm mildly curious. Anyway. Broderick's blood. An ordinary colony family daydreams of the extraordinary. While Lucia works in the factory canning processed borscht, her ham-handed husband cooks up schemes to land her a big promotion. Will that lovable fool ever learn to be satisfied with what he has? Broderick's brood. Did I say blood before? I did. Damn, I cannot. I can't read. Is a testament to the less is success family lifestyle. Okay, that just sounds miserable. I don't want to watch that. Ooh, I can hack the guest messages. From Veritas. Subject, be careful. To Iceman. Oh, Iceman. He posted a thing on the public message board. And I think, was that the one that disappeared? I think it was. One of UB's squealers came asking after you. Wanted to know what you like to drink, who you talk to, what your temperament's like. Tried to pay me off. I took the bits and told her a pack of lies. Watch your back when you get in. Don't want to find you in the waste disposal chute. Yeah, Iceman was was saying something about workers' rights or something like that, and then I tried to click the message again and it got deleted. Oof. To Iceman. Space for the ISCC. I see. Been a while since I heard from you. You're on the long haul out to Dashkova right now. Hope it goes well. I got a space for you and yours to meet when you get back. It's just a storage room, but it's quiet and safer than the bar. Should be able to accommodate most of your folks. No fees or nothing. Just let me buy you a beer. Ah, that was that back room that we crouched into. Wait a minute, there's a new message here. Stop looking or else. Message contents empty. To Mr. McRed from Rizzo PR. Please stop. We have reviewed your proposal for the 10th time and still do not agree that galactic mushroom is an acceptable flavor for a Rizzo beverage. Even if we were to pursue the idea, the samples you sent us were dangerously hallucinogenic. The unopened package alone caused mayhem in our receiving bay. Please don't reach out to us again. Alright, somebody's... I'm not gonna stop looking. I've locked onto a mystery. He suddenly got up. I thought he was gonna stab me in the back or something. Ooh, bypass shunts. Thank you.
Okay, gone quiet.
Not a whole lot going on in here. What's going on with Iceman? Public posting gets deleted, then somebody notices me snooping around private messages and just sends a warning? Alright, well, we're done with this place. Alright, waste disposal? Do I have any reason to go in here? I got some locked doors. Might as well. If nothing else, it gets me experience.
You got nimble fingers, Captain.
Damn right. Oh, another little hideaway in the back there.
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go?
In space?
I've been meaning to break this jacket in.
Uh-oh. We got a dead man here. No head and a bolter pistol. Crumpled instructions. Frankie got a lead on some local salvage. One of the Groundbreaker's old hangars was bricked over until somebody found it by poking around the stevedores' quarters. Lilia gave us the go-ahead to plant her flag once we clear out the new arrivals. I'm sending you to scout. Look for a loose panel. You gotta climb on top of their bulkheads and head toward the back wall. Lilia said we should watch our backs. She thinks we're being tailed. In other words, typical Lilia. I don't think I want to go in there.
You're hurt.
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. Let's check these little passages. Let's see what's up here first. This is the first door we opened. And we got some stairs. Ooh, mag picks. Making some of those back. Ooh. Oh, I see a little... You good? Who left this bin up here? Is there an invisible wall? Oh, that is a lame spot for an invisible wall. Why would you do that? I want to walk around and get a better view of the place. You kidding me? Why would you put an invisible wall here? Wow, that's lame. That's what we call lame design. Ooh. Look at that up there. Yeah, I can't make that jump.
I'm locked in here. Can you get me out?
I'll get to him in a second. Ah, for a moment I thought we weren't going to get to shoot something this stream. We got a dead engineer. A hammer. Mantipillar. Work order. Vera says the Last Hope's plumbing is acting up again. Take a gander at the usual spot. While you're there, someone locked their key behind a door. It's the locked one. Once you're ready for a challenge, come back and we'll discuss the radiators for the 100th time.
On me at least twice. It smells awful, and not all of it's mine. I'll die in here. Just get me out.
Wow.
Thank you, stranger. Shit, ain't that a relief?
What happened to you?
You have no idea how good the air on Groundbreaker smells until you've been trapped in a tiny bathroom with an overflowing toilet. Thanks again, friend.
How long were you in there?
Time stood still. I was aware of nothing but the smell. Ugh, could have been days. Ah, shit. That means I haven't clocked out in days. Song is gonna have my ass for wage theft.
What happened?
What usually happens on this partially pressurized rust bucket? Something broke. Well, actually 2 things broke. First, the damn toilet overflowed. When I came to clean that up, the damn door decided to close and lock on me.
Did you a favor? What you gonna do for me?
You're gonna shake me down after I was trapped in a shit-covered bathroom? Is that how it is?
Just make sure people know I helped you out.
That all? Of course. Everyone on the ship's gonna hear about this. Hell, it's the only chance I've got to keep my job.
Whoa, nice spin. Can you get out there? Yeah, I'm not gonna shake down somebody who was stuck in... Oh my god! Oh, imagine the smell. Oh! There's just a... Oh! Ugh! Hold on a second. Alright, now I'm good. Alright, what's down here? Ooh. I'm behind a locked door, so I don't have to worry about anyone finding me. Stuff for me, just take it all, where no one can see me. Ooh, Lost Hope bar keycard. Excellent. Now wait a minute, I've been here. Oh yeah, I've been to the bar.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled...
Didn't the board rep's office used to be in the docking bays? Yeah, but...
Alright. Well, hold on, we're not done with waste disposal just yet. Somebody just scream? Alright, let's see what's back here.
I can take a hint.
Let's go! You got him! Don't mess with us!
Angry sprats. Kinda dark in here. Ooh, another locked place with weaponry. Hee. Now, considering where we are, I bet this is the storeroom for Belle's shop. That's probably what this is. Not gonna run out of ammo anytime soon. I found quite a bit. Taylor, you okay there, buddy? You okay there, buddy? He's not okay. All that time spent there with in that shit-covered room. Oh, that stop looking or else message came back, but it was a new one. I'm gonna be approached off the street by some weirdo at some point, aren't I? Suppose we should...
Seen this man. Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Lab. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Yeah, okay.
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. This unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
Let's see what you got.
Beginning dispensing sequence. Please unblock all relevant facial protein ingestion tubes.
What are they selling? Pipe patch. That's not even food. Bag of tobaccorniers. Tripicale pasta pack. They're only selling pasta.
All ingestible proteins are guaranteed better than nature. This unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
Just a glorified vending machine?
This unit is programmed to simulate shock at such assertions. Shock simulation non-functional. A trouble ticket has been filed.
Let me take a look at that. Maybe I can fix it.
Shock simulation restored. Initiating shock subroutine. How dare you? Shock subroutine complete. Estimated guilt level of customer increased by 35%. Resuming protein dispensation protocol. This unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
That was the best how dare you I've ever heard. I was probably lying just then. Could you tell? Alright, that's the way into engineering. Ooh, an elevator? Ike's Armory? Ah, maybe I can get some clothes here.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons, for those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull.
You spacer yourself?
Not me, but it's in my blood. After the crossing, my family worked Eridanos, indentured to the corporations.
Go on.
I was born into corporate labor, but I'm the first one of my family to buy my way out. That's why I settled on Groundbreaker. It's the last bastion of freedom.
Now tell me about your wares,
Everything I sell is fresh from the forge. Technically, the metal formed billions of years ago, but it's freshly in this shape.
What do we got? Armor. Do you got clothes? Ooh, helmets. They're mining helmets. Ooh, I like the padded helm. Looks like an old aviation hat. I like that. Work vest style 4. There's no way to look at these and see what they look like on your person, which is a bit of a disappointment. Day workwear option 1. These are all pretty cheap. I could just buy a bunch of them and see if there's one that suits me. Well, here's one range weapon skill up. It's a bit sturdier. Not as sturdy as that one, but it provides tech skill. Crew outfit model H. Melee weapon. There's one for stealth, one for defense skill. I'm gonna buy that one. I'm gonna buy that one. Streetwear basics, that one's melee weapon. What's this? It's got a little diamond on it. Tech skill? I'll give it a look-see. I'm going off of these based on what skills they provide. And then I'll pick the one whichever looks best, which doesn't really matter that much since I never see what I'm wearing anyway, but fuck it. Fashion's important. Oh, and he's got parts. Gotta buy those parts. Alright, let's check my new clothes. Day option wear 1. Ooh, nice leather jacket. I like it, I like it. Okay, that's the one that provides the range skill and has the most armor. Understandable, because it's got the vest. It's got like the little leg holster thing. I like it. This is good. I'd wear this in real life. What about style 7 work vest? Again, not bad, but I think I like the other one better. This one provided the tech skill. Water-resistant wear. I like the clothes in this game. I like the style. I like it a lot. This one provided the defense skill. I like all these outfits, really. Kind of want to see what the padded helm looks like while I'm wearing it. Unfortunately, if I want to see what it looks like, I gotta go into the settings menu and then change it so that it shows here. Like, a sensible game design would be to have that in the inventory as like a toggle, like you would in any MMO. But for some reason, this game's got it in the settings. Also, it takes a while for it to actually toggle. We learned that last stream. Alright, well, we'll wait a bit and see what happens when that turns on.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen?
What is Spratwurst exactly? Dumb question, but I'll bite.
You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terra-fry them in their own juices.
The hell's terra-fry?
Terra-frying is a Spacer's Choice brand secret. A mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry.
Is Spratwurst like Borswurst? I've seen that a lot.
Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike.
Yes, of course. How could I possibly have made that mistake? So you invented Spratwurst.
Legally? No. The terra-frying method was developed and marketed by Spacer's Choice. Between you, me, and this grinder, I've been through lean times. If there's one thing you learn on tramp freighters, it's how to make near anything edible. Might be that this old space hand put a few words in the right ears, and could be that Spacer's Choice liked sticking it to C&P by R&Ding our own special meat. Just as well. Near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm-fresh sprats.
Right.
Fresh from the grinder, any hour.
Yep, you got Spratwurst and dehydrated water. Very simple. Alright. Has it finally toggled on? There it is. It kind of fits with the jacket. Kinda. I'd rather have the hat, but then I'm cursed with the man bun, and that just won't do. Alright, I just wanted to see what it looked like. Turning that back off. Honestly, it doesn't matter whether it's off or on, because again, you never see your character unless you're looking at the menu. Right, so the only place left to check here on the promenade is, before going to engineering, is the Sublight Salvage. Right, now it's going to take a bit for that to turn back off.
Sublight. The legitimate smuggling business.
Do you reckon we can shop here, or is it all spoke for?
Well, they got a terminal right by the front door, so I'm going to read it. This really has just been a reading and talking to people stream. I got to shoot like a couple rats and couple oversized caterpillars, and that's it. They can't be all... Not every stream can be a blockbuster action movie. You know, they could be. If I really tried hard enough, though. What do we got here? Subject. From Hagenel to company all don't run. We lost another contractor to a UDL gunship. This is your daily reminder that legitimate businesses don't run from the authorities. And that is what we are. Stay calm. Present your papers. If you get tangled up in the courts, I will personally bail you out. Anyone see Hawthorne lately? I could use some reliable help. Oh, this Hawthorne guy got around. Fallbrook shipments. Unlike most of you sprats, Catherine is bringing Sublight a consistent income. From today until I say so, you're to treat her as an extension of my desk. Speaking of which, Tobias, order an extension for my desk. LH, Fallbrook shipment. Purpleberry liquor. Lots. Spectrum vodka. Even more than that. Erotica. Generic. The locals aren't picky. Erotica exotica. Except for the ones who are. Space Cake Surprise. I don't know what this is, but it was on last month's order list, so either track some down or do your best in the kitchen. Black Hole. Holcomb signed tossball poster. Holcomb? Black Hole Holcomb. Yeah, maybe her dad was a tossball player good enough to have their own poster. Yeah. P.S. Tobias, where are we with that desk extension? This week's salvage. My scanner says the Mardets impounded a freelancer ship after the captain misbehaved. The crew dropped so many bits on Vera's place that they can't afford to lift the impound. Whoever gets me salvage rights gets to sit quietly in my office and watch a professional work. One of ours has had an altercation with one of theirs. Lost another contractor. Scrapped the ship. Dedicated a tenth of the salvage to funeral expenses. I take care of my people. Well, they may be a shady salvaging company, but apparently they do a good job looking after their own. A little sprat told me that a crate of spoiled cistipork ended up in the bottom of a Monarch canyon. Let's see how much we can sell. Speaking of which, no one eat at Auntie Cleo's stall until I say so. Something in the kitchen's gone bad. The next time one of us finds an abandoned ship and decommissions it, they had better dispatch a ground team to the debris field before the marauders have their turn. Just because we're salvagers doesn't mean we have to be scavengers. Okay.
Got any leads on salvage? Doesn't even have to be broke yet. We'll take anything.
They better not try to scrap my ship. I don't think I have any reason to be here, but it doesn't hurt to check in.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the unreliable?
Back. How'd you know?
Money. We got it. The Steve Doors want it. I'll take that as a yes. Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Hey, Doc Fenhill. Glad to see you ain't moved on from Groundbreaker yet.
Hey, Tobias. How's the leg?
Good as you left it, ma'am. Still bends and everything.
What happened to your leg?
A bullet went through it, most of the way. The other guy thought his ship was perfectly operational. I told him it was salvage. We disagreed. I won.
Workplace hazards, Captain. Pretty routine around here.
Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
Alright, I guess I should go speak to the boss. Nice office.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come.
Well, I have heard of her, so that's a dumb thing to say. I'm Beard.
Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere.
Don't let Ada hear you calling your ship names.
Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
Just like in the serials.
Isn't there always?
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested?
Ah. What's so special about Stellar Bay?
First, an embargo that's been active ever since the board pulled its forces off-world. Few regulations, plenty of freedom. And second, all the goodies that no one had time to pack.
Well, I'm working on the nav key. Can I take the job now and let you know when I got it?
I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits.
I take it Sublight isn't strictly a salvage operation?
These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down.
And what kind of other sectors does Sublight peruse other than salvage and shipping?
Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities.
I can't say I specifically like the sound of that. Salvage is all well and good, but... So you're a company of bureaucratic pirates?
Your words, not mine.
Very honest about Sublight's criminal side.
Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board, and that kind of talk only makes trouble. Sublight occupies a legal blind spot. No one knows what we're licensed to do, and that gives our little business some freedom. But let's not tempt fate.
I don't know about these people. I don't think I like the sound of how they do business. How organized is this business?
Very. I have this thing about numbers in spreadsheets. Grids in general. I like to think of myself as the last honest businesswoman in Halcyon, but I'll settle for being the most organized one.
Well, not like she isn't honest. I'll give her that.
Ask. I have nothing to hide.
I thought she'd be more upset that I was flying one of her contractor's ships, but alright, I guess he was just a contractor.
Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
Why would somebody follow me out of your office? Oh, I'm just gonna read this thing on your desk if that's okay. Contractors, if the authorities are on your heels, our legal team has pre-approved you to recite this passage from our colonial trading rights. Pursuant to regulations following internally preserved borscht, such a business entity would therefore be entitled to gather, maintain, and ultimately dispose of decommissioned agricultural hardware and accessories for profit or convenience. The short version, if we handle potted meat, we can legally salvage tractors and tractor parts. That's why I can keep a can of borscht in a Sublight-owned safe deposit box off-world, and why the goods you bring in are cataloged as farm equipment. Everything we do is perfectly legal. Now go bring home some bacon. This job they have me doing better not be something too shady. I don't mind like a little shady, but not too shady, you get me? Are they gonna get upset if they see me trying to hack this? They're gonna get upset if they see me trying to hack this. I mean, come on, they would. My face is too shady? Jester, please.
Nice and easy.
What was that? Jumping at shadows here.
Okay, yeah, they heard that. Did he actually notice me? Hang on a second. Hold up, hold up. I mean, my sneak skill is not that great.
What? I thought I heard something. Mine's playing tricks again. What? What was that? Guess it was nothing. What the? What do you think you're doing?
I was just leaving.
Consider this your warning.
Okay, he just shouted at me a bit. Ah, my reputation decreased. There's a plasma cutter in here. I mean, there's not a whole lot in here, really. Protective clothing with safety harness. Lesson learned. And let's not... I may not like these people, but let's not hurt my reputation with them just yet, you know? Until I really decide that I don't like them that much. Damn, I've spent 3.5 hours just wandering around this area talking to people. I don't know if I'm just slow or if there's just that much to do. Well, I got a little time. Let's see if I can get into engineering and talk to what's-her-face. Ooh, look at that. The heat in here.
Those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Is it just me, or is it hot in here? Junlei's gotta be having a bad... Hotter than usual in here. Hope we're not catching Junlei on a bad day.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
Yeah, let's have a chat with the chief.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Beard. Nice place you got here, Chief.
No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
I'm not planning to cause any problems. Yeah, I'll try not to start any fights, but I might have to end some.
Ain't that always the way? So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Well, now that my ship's out of impound, I can safely say I'm headed to Monarch.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard. Dr. Fenhill, I hope you've reconsidered my offer to stay on full-time. My crew are never short on dents and bruises.
I'm trying to live a more balanced life. Gun in one hand, scalpel in the other.
I already knew it'd be easier to teach an automech heart surgery than to change your mind. Fair travels, Ellie.
Is that even possible? Automechs seem a little clumsy.
They're risky, but the odds are still a little better than waiting for certain death.
We don't see a lot of competent surgeons on Groundbreaker. Dr. Fenhill is my on-again, off-again freelancer. I take it she'll be joining your crew full-time?
I don't like to put a label on things. Let's keep it casual.
If you ever decide to settle down, there's a home for you on Groundbreaker.
Well, Parvati, you wanted to talk to Junlei. Go ahead.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Nudge.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Don't be shy about requesting time off if you need to compare notes in person.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Nice job.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
Yeah, speaking about that, what's going on with the heat problem?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
I'm sure your capable staff could stay ahead of the problem.
My engineers have managed to keep the heat to livable levels, but all the fixes are temporary. This wound is bound to fester. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
No... Surely the board doesn't want Groundbreaker to roast completely?
They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves.
Fair.
The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive.
You need a contractor to work this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
How do you know the parts are still there?
I keep diligent records of station repairs, requisitions, and available assets, just like my grandmother taught me. The station's radiators haven't changed since her time, and her records say the parts should be there. I trust them.
Am I supposed to know where the back bays are?
Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Can we try to talk this out with whoever's down there?
Those idiots are immune to reason, and they don't much care if the station melts to pieces. They're content to die last. If you could find some way to solve this without violence, I'd prefer that. But more than anything, we need those parts.
Why can't you get the parts anywhere else?
You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes that kind of trade. That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. I've already given them the shops, the docking fees, and a damn embassy.
Their negotiations sound like a bureaucratic coup.
Damn right. And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls to me to preserve this ship's independence.
Have you tried sending anyone else down to get those parts?
I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable.
Understandable. None taken. Flash a rude gesture with both hands and say none taken. Nah, none taken.
Nice and pragmatic. Thanks for understanding.
I guess I'll go get those parts back.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Let's not go hacking her door. Probably get upset.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you.
Anything going on back here?
You should clear out. Engineering's a dangerous place to wander until we get those radiators fixed.
He's got a name, but he's got nothing to say to me. Bones and gears don't mix. Worker injuries affect our bottom line. This is like a corporate poster. What's it doing in the independent... on an independent ship? Ugh. Added a heat wave. Alright, which one of these was... Captain McRed's down on the back bays. I see the... This is the elevator that takes us down there. Gotcha. However, it doesn't look like I have a lot of time to do any of that today. This stream really was just me wandering around for several hours talking to people. But that's how I like to do it. I like to chat everybody up. But, yeah. Rather than go down there, get partially into a fight, and then have to cut the stream, I'm going to cut it now, and when we come back, we can go look for those parts, and then we'll... I mean, it already looks like we've handled most of what's to offer on this ship, so unless there's other sections I haven't heard about, after we get them the parts to fix the radiators, we'll probably be going to Monarch. Cut my face? Jester, please. Oh, don't cut my face. Right, I did that save right just now. So yeah. Digging it. I like this space station. I mean, it's not a space station, it's a spaceship, but I like it. Anyhow, I got to thinking about cookies earlier, and I still haven't stopped thinking about them. I'm gonna go to the store and get some cookies. Also, I gotta check that message. I want to see what happens to that hard drive. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna check it right now. What is it saying here? Claim resolved? Step 3 resolutions. Sales order replacement. Okay, so they're replacing it. I hope this one doesn't get lost. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.